Okay, take two. Christine, you want to pick the icebreaker question today?
Um, what is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
I like that.
Um, I would say mine was uh going to EDC.
What's that?
It's an electric music festival. It was really last minute, and my friends were like telling me like I have to come. So I decided to go, and it's in Las Vegas. So it's very, like, it was very out of the way for me, but yeah, I think I had a lot of fun.
Nice, nice. So, any like, what are some of the artists that you saw perform?
Um, there was like Zed,
Okay.
Millennium, a Snoop Dogg came out apparently. Um, and there was like a basketball player. I don't remember who, but he also came out. Yeah, there are a lot of artists. Like it was like a huge lineup. So
Interesting. Yeah, if you have any pictures or whatever links, please post in the WhatsApp.
okay. And then I'll choose Eugen.
Let me think. I personally don't really have that spontaneous thing. Actually, I have one for this months that I haven't done, but I will do. Is I'm going to New York, and I bought tickets very spontaneously. I just like, oh, it's only like $100. I'm like, I gotta go. So I'm going to New York on 21st. Oh no, yeah, 19th to 21st.
Of this
Yeah,
month,
yeah, this month.
we gotta meet up. Oh my God, we totally have to meet up.
I mean, okay, actually, this is so. The thing is, like, it's a conference there, and they say, "Oh, we're gonna give food, hotel, everything for $100." I was like, like, staying in New York is more than $100 per night for hotel. I was like, I'm gonna go. Like that's so cheap. So that's why I'm going. So definitely, I will. If I have a time, I will stop by the office if that possible. But yeah, I'm
Nice.
excited. I was like tired of my final. I was like, I want to go somewhere. I want to get out of this Michigan. I was like, I'm gonna go New York. So that's very exciting. I'll pass to um Anna.
I feel like the most spontaneous thing I've ever done is going skydiving. Like I went with a few friends. One of my friends wanted to go for his birthday. Um, so I don't know, I was like, oh, I'm down. I guess I'll go. And it was very fun, and I would so do it again, 100%. Anytime anybody wants to go, I would go again.
For real?
I loved it. Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
It
Okay.
was like scary flying up, but like that was the most nerve-wracking part. Like not even like jumping out, like being in the air, like that wasn't scary. It was like that felt like the greatest thing. But just like going up and like you're sitting there and the guy's on your back and you're super nervous, like to jump out of a plane. Then after everything's great.
So, what is this thing where you're like, this is what the tandem thing, right? Where you're attached to someone, like I guess the
Mhm.
experienced jumper.
Yeah.
Nice. What
Yeah,
do you?
yeah. It was like I don't know, he was just attached to me somehow. Um, and I was just like had one leg out of the plane. And whenever he just told me to go, like I just went and then you kind of like flip. You flip a few times or like do whatever.
Oh my
Um,
God.
and you're like free falling. And then he'll like tap you. And then that's like when you like put your hands up and he like pulls the cord and then you get
Oh,
lifted
okay. So
up.
he's the one that pulls the
Mhm.
the thing to kind of let the
Yeah,
parachute out. Okay.
yeah. There was
Nice.
also like an emergency one on me, I think,
Oh,
too.
okay.
But thankfully I didn't have to use that.
So do you have like you probably had like the GoCam like on your thing, right?
No, I didn't because it was like a couple $100 more to do that. And I was like,
Shit, for
oh,
real? Oh my
yeah.
God. Daylight robbery. Oh my
So I
God.
was just like, it's fine. Like, whatever. I'm gonna look like really ugly in these pictures probably. So I was like, I'm not gonna post them anywhere. So I was like, it's fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was very fun though. Loved it.
I'm sure. So I guess the question to you is like the next time you do it, would you do the same thing where the guy's attached to you, or would you do where you're on your own?
I would definitely, well, I would have to do it with like a guy attached to me because I don't think you're allowed to do it on your own until you're certified.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's like scuba kind of, you need to get certified.
Yeah. So, yeah, you wouldn't be allowed to do it by yourself, but I'm fine going with someone else.
Nice.
I don't think I would have to do it a lot more to be fine with doing it by myself.
Nice. 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 Good to...
Yeah.
So I guess if you can find out like how many whatever jumps or hours you're gonna do, like, to get certified, just let us know in the WhatsApp.
Okay. Um, I'll pass it to Dick.
Most spontaneous thing I've ever done. Uh, I gotta be honest, I'm not a very spontaneous person. I'm really not. I, I, I'm more the guy who, I'm more the guy who thinks about it very carefully and is still not sure if I want to do it.
Nick, you gotta hang with Anna. Dude, you're like missing out on life. Missing out on life.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, it would be very easy to tell if I was there because I'd be the guy screaming the entire time.
Oh, got it. Nice.
Uh,
So,
I guess if I did have to say like anything spontaneous, I
maybe
remember like, I think,
I think like the time when you showed up at Columbia Toastmasters, that was pretty spontaneous.
yeah,
Yeah. Participated in table topics too. That was spontaneous too.
yeah.
Cool too.
I
Yeah,
guess like
courageous.
also, I think joining the Delphian at my school, that was relatively spontaneous. I didn't really. I mean, I started taking some journalism classes, and I wanted to get more experience.
Nice. You gonna pass the popcorn too?
I'll pass popcorn to Peter.
Um, I think for me, it's everything is related to the sport. I usually go to the gym to like 3 to 4 times per week to work out, play basketball, and sometimes I really like to go to the food shop like Foot Locker, buy some sneaker for me, and try and just wear some new shoes to play basketball. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Cool. Who are you gonna pass the popcorn to?
Uh, I think everyone already talked about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go. So the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. Funny. It's kind of like I do like a lot of spontaneous things, but I don't think I really remember them for whatever reason. Maybe because of the fact that they were so spontaneous. But huh. Yeah, it feels like I'm kind of like on the spot at the moment. That's so weird. But yeah, I think like some of the spontaneous things are like, for example, like when I went to LA and I reconnected with my B school friends that live in LA, and one of them said, "Hey, why don't you? I'm going to connect you with Delnas, and why don't you connect with Delnas?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I immediately connected with her, and she was like, "Hey, let's meet up." And I was like, "Sure, let's meet up." And then we ended up having dinner, and she showed me like all her cool tech in her place, and she has this kind of a screen, like a smart screen that it connects to your Spotify via Bluetooth, and then it kind of the design or whatever changes on it's like a audio visualizer. So the design changes, and then it also displays like lyrics of the song on that screen too, in like all weird kind of ways. So I thought that was like really fascinating. And then another kind of very curious discovery was like, so I think the car that I was in was like a BMW 5 Series. So like when I opened the car door, I noticed that it kind of threw like a hologram on the floor with the BMW logo. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. And then I noticed the same thing on the Cadillac Escalade because Delnaz's boyfriend, like I think he has like this massive freaking, it looks as big as a bus, the Escalade, and that was like totally, I think, like tripped out with like the latest tech and gear. And that when I opened that door, that threw out the Cadillac logo as well, like on the street. And I was like, wow, that looks pretty cool. So yeah, I think that was like a pretty spontaneous thing about like just reaching out to a friend that I hadn't met in like 20 plus years, and then actually meeting up with her, and then going to her place, and then going out to dinner, and it was just like a complete blast. And then in addition to that, like when my flight got canceled on Friday, I think it was. Yeah, flight got canceled on Friday. Then I was like, oh my God, I'm like trapped in LA for a day. What do I do? I'm like, okay, let me go to Hollywood. So I went to Hollywood, checked out the Walk of Fame, and then from there got bored in like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, what do I do now? And then I texted my brother, and he said, why don't you go to Venice Beach? I think you'll like it there. So I took the Uber to Venice Beach, checked it out, and I gotta say, like having been to California and Venice Beach, South Beach is way cooler. Way cooler. South Beach and Miami, way cooler than Venice Beach. And hopefully none of you are like super Venice Beach enthusiasts, but I'm just saying that was my impression. But it was a lot of fun. It was cool. It's got like a very kind of boho kind of vibe. But it's nice. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad I went. Yeah, so that's the most, I guess, spontaneous things that I did on my California trip. Cool. So now, so we got to take our screenshot picture. I think Samantha dropped, but hopefully she'll be back. So on the count of three, let's think of let's think of that time and happier times when we were like all in the moment, and let's channel that inner happiness and let out a smile. Okay, so on the count of three, let's let's give our smile. One, two, three. Okay, hopefully everyone's eyes were open. Let me check. And yeah, while I'm doing that, let's get into updates. So, Anna, do you want to start?
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I'll pull it up right now. Okay, so I'll just share my screen. I was coming up with like the different different like slogans or whatever, like for Gigo Clean to put on like the little ads. And here's like a few that I came up with.